going to start with you, Owen.
Yes.
Because Wes Balls compared your character Noah to like Luke Skywalker, Frodo Baggins. I'm just wondering, how do you feel about those comparisons? Because they're such legendary characters.
I mean, it makes sense, like that you know, the stories that those characters have, you know, are very much kind of a rise to heroism and to, you know, saving their people or their societies or whatever, and that is exactly Noah's story.
Yeah. And talking about comparisons, I've seen your character, Proximus Caesar, compared to Thomas Edison and Elon Musk as well online.
Oh.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? No.
Wow. That's awesome. Man, even with the bonobo face, they compare me to Elon Musk. I get Elon Musk all the time. Actually, it's very funny. When people approach me with a look in their eye where I'm like, oh, they're not meeting an actor that they might like. It's something bigger, like as if, but the fact that it comes through and that's fantastic. How do I feel about that? You know, I did look at really charismatic speakers. I did watch Tony Robbins quite a bit. Elon, I watched Schwarzenegger when he was doing like his governor speeches. You know, just characters, these humans that just, without trying, you just have to watch them because they hold so much power and charisma.
I get that. I kind of get the comparison.
Nothing like him.
Yeah. Nothing like him. Freya, your character, because most of the time she's just acting alongside, well, you guys in motion capture, you know. What's it like just being the only human character for a lot of the scenes and having to act against apes?
You know, it was good. It was good for the role because I felt sort of, you know, left out of the ape camp. Well, no, I was brought into the ape camp, but you know, Not really, no. So no, it was. But it was. I think the weirdest thing was having to do the scenes with. So I'd do the scene with you guys, and then you'd be taken out, and I'd have to just act against nothing. I'd hear your voice.
Yeah.
You'd be off on the side.
Oh, it'd be like behind camera.
Bit behind camera, or like whatever. But I'd have to you know, find some sort of tree in the distance to stare at for the eye line or something, which was the most bizarre thing, having to do scenes against air.
With no scene partner.
Yeah.
I had to do such strange things, like I really felt like a loser, you know, like I was having to hug air at one point.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
and everyone was laughing at me.
Yeah.
And then I had to be like, I had to drag myself, so act like someone was dragging me.
Okay.
Very odd things, yeah.
And you were just covered in dirt the entire
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
I was.
Obviously, the Apes' performances are physical, but yours is so physical as well because you're feral.
Nothing out of the ordinary, really. It's just me.
Just every day,
yeah. Feral. No, I had really dirty toes for 6 months, and you know, it was Australia. We were in Australia, and I'd want to go to the beach, and I would, you know, be concerned of what people were going to think of my toes for 6 months. It's probably the hardest thing, yeah.
Really a struggle. Yeah.
Tough life. On the beach.
Yeah.
People are going to be concerned about my toes.
No, they would be concerned
like
about the
genuine
toes.
concern,
They put blood in between them. They put all sorts of stuff which
they really just throw dirt.
They really do. Yeah.
I want to talk a bit about Andy Serkis because I knew that he worked as a consultant on a film. You guys must have worked with him, but what was the most important piece of advice he gave you, because he's such a legend in this world?
I mean, the first time that he and I spoke, he kind of helped me remove a little bit of the pressure from the fact that I was playing a chimpanzee a little bit, you know, because that's his biggest piece of advice with performance capture is that you're still just playing a character, you know. It's not actually that different, you know, from normal live action work. Of course, you're moving differently, you're speaking differently, but you still do all the same stuff that you would do with any other character. and that was what he stressed to me the first time, and that really was crucial, you know, to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I wanted to be an ape or go to ape school, what is lesson number 1 that I'd have to learn?
Well, you would first off learn about the anatomical differences. So there's a lot of things that are really informative. For instance, like the hips and the ribs are actually connected, so there's no room for torsion. So that's why they walk like this. And there's all these different anatomical things that really inform the way that you move.
Okay.
Yeah, and then for me, I kept thinking, well, how the heck will I get human sounds through this trachea, and you know, and there's a lot of things that you know, if you want to drive yourself crazy, you could really, you know, it took like we had 4 weeks.
We had 6, but you came in. I think 6. A little bit.
What brag, yeah.
Well, you weren't shedding.
And I didn't get to meet Andy.
I know.
What else did you guys get that I didn't get?
Lots
I didn't
of
get that.
cake.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, so you and me.
Yeah, you didn't get to.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Am I the only one here who's like talked to Andy? I guess so. That's weird because we all. Anyway.
I mean,
All right, Owen.
No, I
Someone's the
I
favourite.
figured you. But you're right.
you're special. You know that. No, but still with honestly with Alain Gauthier, who worked with
ran
us
Ape School
every day.
our movement.
He was the artistic director of Cirque du Soleil for 25 years, and he left that position to come work with us. We were so lucky. And so he really walked us through it every day. And by the time I was in my own ape school, because I came later, and 4 weeks in, he asked me a question, and I was so in the body, and I didn't know what the voice was yet, and then all of a sudden I went, "What a wonderful day," and the voice started to come out, and he went, wait a second, went and got his phone, filmed me talking, and sent it to Wes, and everything felt really organic through that process.
Yeah.
That was one thing that he did that was so amazing. Was he you know, he was working with us to get us in our bodies and get the anatomy right and all that, but also he brought the voice into it, and he had us, you know, interact in character early on, so that we would develop these characters and not just, you know, be generic, you know, chimpanzees or whatever.
And the improvs we would do. Like on my first day at a set, these two were shooting. In between takes, he was still in character, and I could tell that he was looking at me from a distance, and he kept inching closer to me, looking at me through the windows of cars, and then he kind of came up to me. He was like beckoning me. He was like, "Come on, it's okay. You're safe. You're safe." And then all of a sudden, I went from, "Oh God, I feel like such an idiot."
No, Proximus just like came out.
Yeah, and you went like, "Oh,
yeah,
oh, I know."
Yeah.
And then we ran off, and we improv for I don't know how long.
It was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes. And we would do this all the time, and BTS would always, not the Korean pop band, but behind the scenes.
Yeah. Not to be confused. Yeah.
Yes. Would that would be weird if they were recording us. Anyways, and they would ask us, "When do you guys shoot that scene?" And we were just improvising, and then through those improvisations,
actually
stuff came
made it in the movie.
So fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It looks like really
Oh
fun.
yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah,
so fun.
Sorry, friend.
It was so fun, those improvs.
They really were. So, anyways,
I love what you said about when you did What a Wonderful Day. Because obviously that's the first words we hear. I want to talk about May/Nova now, because I feel like I'm just waiting to hear her talk.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you feel any pressure on what how her voice would come out for her first word? Because you are waiting a long time for May to speak.
I don't know. I think it all kind of like, I remember when we were shooting that, I was just constantly running on the spot in between takes. Like, I exhausted myself. I think before most of the takes of this film, I was usually running on the spot right before. Literally, like, going as fast as I could because I wanted to get out of breath.
Okay.
Because obviously it was just very stagnant. It was just me crawling.
You ran a lot.
I ran a lot.
And did you, do track? Because like you look like you really know what you're doing when you're running. Because you're really moving quickly.
I have been told this. You
look like a real runner.
That's what. Yeah, they were saying. But
next Olympics.
Don't have to say compliments. But yeah. No, but I was running in between takes and just I don't know. I was trying to get like the heart rate because obviously it was a big moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is obviously intended to be the start of a new trilogy. What would you like to see next, I guess, from the future films?
Ooh. Well, we've talked about it quite a bit, but we don't know if this is going to happen or not. You want to take a stab at it?
Well, I mean, it's kind of impossible to say anything without spoiling at least some of the ending. So I don't know, how much I should say, but I would like to see, the route, in terms of how he becomes a leader, Noah, the route that he chooses to go in terms of how he carries forward this world of apes, and what your role in that might be or might not be, and what your
I want to see how Noah navigates what he's learned, because you can't, Noah comes from this village with such a specific kind of
it's isolationist.
Upbringing, it's very
he's entirely sheltered.
Exactly, and then this movie is all about Noah kind of learning everything all at once.
Yeah.
And I want to see how you take that.
Right. I know. Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping to be like an angel and devil on both of your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm kind of hoping for. Yeah. Almost a type of Iago character.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
No,
it's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. But here's to hoping.
Here's hoping.
With your whatever that is.
What is that?
With my British tap water.
With my pond water.
I can confirm our tap water does not agree.
Offensive.
No, this
offensive.
Is wonderful. This is
You like pond.
You have to now go. Wait, you normally do what wonderful day, so what wonderful juice? You have to say.
What a wonderful juice.
Thank you so
Wonderful
much.
tap water.